In this final linear inequalities video, we're going to look at combining multiple graphical inequalities together. So before you start, make sure you know how to solve one graphical inequality on its own. Have a look at this question here. We need to shade the region where y is less than or equal to x, and where 2y plus 3x is greater than 6. To solve these kinds of questions, we just tackle each part separately and see which parts of the regions overlap. So let's start with y is less than or equal to x. First, we have to draw the equation y equals x, which we know to be a straight line that goes straight through the origin like this, a diagonal line with gradient 1 and intercept 0. Now to find the region we're looking for, usually I'd say use the origin, but the origin, point 0, 0, lies on the line, so we have to use a different point. Let's use this point here, for example. So, at the point 2, 0, my question is 0, the y-coordinate of that point, less than or equal to 2? Yes, 0 is less than 2, which means that this point lies in our region. So we know that the region we're looking for is the one down on this side of the curve. Now I'm not going to shade it, and you're going to see why later. Now looking at the second equation, 2y plus 3x is greater than 6, we need to solve that. So we need to first write it out as a regular equation with a 6, and now we need to draw the line. Now we can't do our regular y equals mx plus c, so we're going to have to find points. So here's what we'll do. When x is 0, what will y be? Well, this here will become 0, so all we'll get is 2y equals 6, and if we divide by 2, we work out that y is 3. So that's our first coordinate, 0, 3. And as for the other coordinate, well, let's try y equals 0. We know that this bit here will be 0, so we're going to have 3x equals 6. If we divide by 3, then we get that x equals 2, and that's our second coordinate, the points 2, 0. So now that we have both of those, let's draw those on our axis. We've got 0, 3, and we've got 2, 0. Now that we have that, we can join up the curve with our ruler. Before we draw the line, remember that we're using a strict equality, so we've got to do a dotted line like this. Now we need to find out which region we're looking for. Now that this is not on the origin, let's use 0, 0. So our question is 2 lots of 0, which is 0, plus 3 lots of 0, which is 0, is that greater than 6? No, it's not, which means that the point 0, 0 is not in the region we're looking for, which means that we're looking at the region of the other side of this line, which is this region here. Now that we know both regions, we need to look at which part of this axis do both regions hit. Well, look, we've got the green region here, and we've also got the purple region here. So the region we're looking for is this here, this sort of triangle, because this is the point where y is less than or equal to x, shown by this line here, and also where 2y plus 3x is greater than 6, shown by this bit here. And that's how you do it when you combine them together. Let's have a look at the final question. Here we have 3 different lines, and we need to find a region where they all overlap. So let's start with y is less than or equal to 2. Well, we've got to draw the line y equals 2, and we know that this is just going to be a horizontal line where y equals 2. The reason for that being that along this line, the y-coordinate will always be 2. Now have a look, y is less than or equal to 2, so let's use our origin as our indicator. Is 0 less than or equal to 2? Yes, it is, which means that this is within our region, so we're looking at this region down over here. Let's move on to the next line. We're looking at x is equal to 1. Well, instead of being a horizontal line, we're going to get a vertical line. Along this line, all the x-coordinates are 1, but because it's a strict equality, we've got to do a dotted line. Now, x is greater than 1, well, using our point 0, 0, is 0 greater than 1? No, so this is not in our region, so we're looking at this region here. And finally, y is less than 2x minus 2. Well, we know that the y-intercept will be at minus 2. And we also know that the gradient is 2, so we're going to go 1 along and 2 up, so there's a second point. And now we can join those up. And because it's a strict inequality, we've got to do a dotted line again. And now we're looking for when y is less than 2x minus 2. Let's use our origin again to find out whether this is in the region. So our question is 0 less than 2 lots of 0 minus 2? Well, 0 is less than 2 times 0 is 0, so it's just minus 2. Minus 2 is not greater than 0, which means that this origin is not in this region. So we are looking at this part here. Now that we've done that, we've got to ask ourselves, okay, what region do all these three have in common? Well, that region, which I'll do in my special galaxy pen, is this region here. And that is the answer to this question. So that's the end for linear inequalities. Go back and check on the videos if you're not sure about things. This covers everything you need to know about them. So that's a good thing to know. Okay, that's it from me. Bye-bye.